Welcome to Germany versus USA. Today we're going to talk about our favorite movies.
I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my favorite German movies, and Alex is going to talk about some of your favorite
Kiswahili movies.
Yeah, exactly. A few of his favorite. I'm just all confused. I'd say probably. I don't know if I want to go with my favorite first. I will say this. Run, Lola Run was probably one of the first mainstream German movies to come here.
Lola Run, yeah.
Yeah, and it was really for how it was cut and put together that made it kind of a hit here. I wouldn't say so much of like the movie. It was just different and exciting. And Hollywood copies everything. So they were like, oh, that's something kind of different.
We're going to redo that. Actually, I guess butterfly effect is a little bit in that sense, right?
Well, a little bit and saying like jumping back and forth.
Right. So it's my turn, and I have more favorite American movies, but I chose movies that are I guess give a good insight into different aspects of American culture, of American life. I guess. I mean, I love the Bourne trilogy, and now the fourth movie. I love that one as well. But, I mean, this doesn't really give you an insight of American culture.
Pretty sure it's fairly accurate.
That's how every day happens in the United States. So I'd say my first movie is probably Crash.
Okay.
I think it's called LA Crash, or some called LA Crash.
It's called Crash.
Just Crash, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it plays in LA.
I didn't think you were going to pull that one out of your bag. I really Crash, okay.
I don't know. I just liked it because it plays in LA, and it basically is about, I think, 4 or 5 different characters. And their lives basically, and they have very different lives. It has a lot to do with ethnicity and race and how their different lives actually they come together. And are you laughing?
I was thinking of Speed.
Oh!
I don't think it's that deep.
Actually, I watched it on the airplane flying here. I watched Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock, right? Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Oh yeah, the ethnicity and Speed when he's below the bus. When they blow up the bus, yeah, it was very racial moments in these times.
Sum up The Educators.
In German, die fetten Jahre sind vorbei.
Okay, yeah. They always change the titles a little bit.
Yeah.
I love this movie just because it kind of shows, I don't know, the flip culture a little bit. I mean, they're a little radical. They're anti-capitalist in the movie.
It's about 3 young people who were actually who kidnap very
wealthy. Yeah. So what happens is the girl is in a car wreck, right? And then she owes a ton of money on it, and then but he was rich, so well, she shouldn't have to pay. So to prove a lesson, they break in, and something goes wrong. They end up kidnapping
the guy the car that she ran into, right?
Yeah, and so when they kidnap him, they think in the end he's going to let him go, and he writes a note saying, oh, everything's going to be okay. I was young once.
I understand your I guess your inspirations but
nope. And then they come after him, but they've already run away again. So it kind of shows some people never change. I don't know. It was just kind of a fun, different approach on a movie. So I enjoyed that one.
Next one for me is very old, but I think most people have seen it. But Forrest Gump. I
love Forrest Gump.
That is such a good movie. And again, it gives you a really, really good perspective on so many different things in the American culture, popular culture. You have Kennedy in there. You have sports in there. You have a little bit of culture, and you have the South in there, from landscape, wide, rural. I think that's an awesome movie, and it really gives. If you really pay attention to those things, it really gives you a good insight of American culture.
Damn that, Jenny. I don't think the Germans are going to like this one too much with The Downfall.
Der Untergang, yeah. I figured what you said.
Look, it's a really good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's not a happy subject at all, but I think it was just a cool concept to kind of play the end of Hitler's last days and kind of just see everything go to hell.
Yeah.
And I thought the acting was extremely good in it. And then the guy who actually played Hitler, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'd always heard that that was the first German, or maybe he was Austrian who played, and I don't know. I know it was something significant.
Oh, so the first German actor who actually portrayed Hitler.
Yeah, or maybe it was the first Austrian. I don't know. I just know it was a big deal when it came out, and then people were kind of ooh, we don't know, and then it turned out really well.
Yeah,
and
I think.
So,
I mean, I thought it was a very interesting movie. I
Actually, thinking about it, like the next couple movies I'm going to list aren't very happy either, but not as bad as this one.
But like the only criticism I have about the Untergang is, I think Hitler was portrayed too much as like a nice uncle sometimes.
Yeah,
but that's just
but no, but I didn't take it that way. I took it as the people around him were like messed up as well, in the sense of where like they were hypnotized almost, in the sense where like
that was portrayed really well, actually.
You know, like where I didn't take it as like they were like trying to make Hitler like a likable figure, but as maybe more just like the whole persona of, I don't know. I'm not a movie critic. I'm not going to pretend to get that deep, but yeah, I can see that. But at the same time, I think I took it as like the other people were kind of just like sick as well.
Napoleon Dynamite. It's I don't think it ever made it big in Germany. It's about a dude, a funny looking dude.
They made no money on that movie, by the way.
Yeah, he got his salary was $1,000, but after a couple of years, after the movie was successful, because it made like $46 million actually in revenue. I guess in revenues actually. And later on, then he got paid more. Like he got a percentage.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he did. But the first salary was $1,000, so like really not a lot. Anyway, it's about a guy being a high school student, living with his grandma in bumfuck nowhere, Idaho, like in the middle of nowhere in Idaho, and yeah, it's kind of its own. I don't know. I don't know how to describe the movie. It's just really funny characters.
It's dry humor.
Very dry humor. Yeah, really funny characters doing really stupid and funny things, and a good insight into high school life of the United States in a rural area. Oh yeah.
Goodbye Lenin is another one of my favorites. Basically, this movie's about East Germany, and basically East Germany, going away, and an old woman who's sick, and I can't remember if she gets sick before the wall goes down or it's about to go down.
I think before, and then it goes down, and that's when she wakes up, basically.
Okay, and she wakes up, and her kid and his friends do everything they can to keep her believing that she's still in East Germany and it's not changing.
Because she was a very vivid East German, like she was into politics and really what's the right term? I don't know. She lived the East German life.
You're right. Yeah, she just loved the lifestyle, and to me, just growing up in the States, you don't hear really a lot about like growing up in East Germany. You just
the lack of bananas.
Yeah, like that part's just kind of just all left out. So that movie was really fascinating because my take, and this is probably unfair, and I know, was when the wall went down, I was like, oh, everyone's happy, and to see like kind of like, oh no, I don't want this to end, or this is gonna be too hard for me to adjust. I thought it was a cool concept. And what's the kid's name that's in it? He's actually
Daniel Brühl.
Yeah, he's in Inglourious Bastards and Rush and a few other movies that are big now. So he's worked his way up.
Yeah. And in the movie, it's really funny because he edits East German television news for his mom. So just to make her think that the wall is still up. Basically, it's really well done. Little Miss Sunshine. It's just a happy-go-lucky movie. I don't know. It's a really cool movie where it's basically about a family. A little messed up family, and I don't know where they live. They live in in the Midwest somewhere, right? Or like Nevada? I don't know. Anyway, like in a rural area, and they're sending their daughter basically to like a beauty contest. And if their daughter, she's kind of cute, but you wouldn't necessarily think that she fits into like a classic American beauty contest, I guess. They go there anyway, and she participates. And yeah, there's a brother involved who just came out of just got out of addiction, I think, like drug addiction, right?
He just discovers he's colorblind and he wants to be a pilot.
Oh, right. That's the son. That's the son,
okay,
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also have funny VW bus that doesn't really start. It's just a really cool movie also that I really like.
Yeah, it's fun. It's another one that's just, independent, like dark humor. I really like it as well.
And Steve Carell is in there. He's the drug addicted brother, and he plays really awesome. Very different role than his role in The Office.
Yeah. My last movie that's my favorite, and actually my favorite German movie, is The Life of Others.
Das Leben der anderen.
Yeah, it's about an East German spy who goes soft. Basically, he's tired of informing, and I think basically he discovers the motive of why he's spying on this woman is more personal than political.
Right.
And it's really cool because the actor who did it, I think he had grown up in East German, and then that was his last role.
Right. Actually, he got an Oscar, Academy Award, and I think just a couple of weeks later he died actually of cancer. And so he was already sick, I think, when they actually did the movie. But yeah, really good movie, really good acting, really good acting.
Really, the point of this, internet friends, please send me some German comedies, because I just I like to hear some lighthearted movies. I'm sitting here with some not so happy ones.
Yeah, I guess we should have got out. The Ice Bear is funny. Oh, they're way more funny. Like, you know, why don't you watch some funny German movies? I guess need to show them some funny German movies.
Yeah, I need some. It's gray and sad outside today. I need some happiness.
I have one more. That's my last one, and yeah, Office Space. It's made in like 1999. It's about like basically corporate culture in the United States. Like it's about a software company, I think.
Yeah,
about that.
That'd be great.
It's very cheesy how like corporate, like a typical corporate American company works and how it functions, and like also, yeah, it's just really, really, really funny.
It was a bust too.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah, and then it got such a huge like cult following that, I mean, it's an awesome movie.
Yeah,
it's basically about a guy who just, I think Peter Gambles or Peter or something. I can't think of his last name, but Peter just does not give a damn.
We're burning this place down. Those are a couple of our, like, I guess, favorite movies. I mean, not necessarily like movies that give you a good insight into one another's culture, I guess also. That was our focus, actually. If you have more suggestions, put them in the comment boxes.
I'll have some comedies next time.
Give Jim some comments, some comments on comedies. And we're going to watch those. And that's it. See you next week.
Y'all take it easy.
Cheers.